morning. Welcome to the Daily Echo. It is Tremendous Thursday, January 29th. I've got Dallin with me today, our expert panelist. This morning I was listening to a story about a lady who was talking to one of her friends, and her friend wanted to go do something with her. And she said, I would really love to, but I've got to go visit my mother. And the other lady responded. She said, boy, I sure wish I could get to go see my mother, but she's passed away 10 years ago. And it made me really think about the language that we use in our daily activities. How many times do we talk about have to doing things or got to do things as opposed to getting to do things? And I think it made me really ponder as the day went on today, all of the things that sometimes I say I have to do or I've got to do this. When in reality, there are so many people that would love to do the things that sometimes I think of as a burden. So I'm going to turn to Dallin and talk a little bit about his thought process on the title of this is Get To or Got To.
Okay, well, Eric, I'd like to say that the difference between get to versus got to, in my opinion, is it's I would say get to is more of a chore, whereas got to is more of a blessing. When you get to do things, it's almost like a reward in some ways.
Okay.
I would say.
I think you mix those two up. I think you meant get as a blessing, got to is a chore.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's exactly
Just
what I
want
mean.
to make sure you guys all stay online.
One of the coolest things I've ever heard of is actually something said by Stephen R. Covey, and he said that in our lives we have two circles. We have a circle of influence and we have a circle of concern. The circle of concern is the outer circle, whereas the circle of influence is the inner circle. The circle of influence basically is a circle that is everything that we have influence over, everything that we can do, whereas the circle of concern is everything that others do or whatever happens around us that we have no control over. And when I think of the get to, I think of it sort of like I choose to do this, where got to, it's more like it's forced upon me. And as we focus more on what we can do, as what we're able to do, then we will live happier lives. And so yeah.
Excellent. I'm going to give one more example as I finish today. I believe that many of the things we do every day are get tos or got tos. Good example is today I had to pay some bills, and so my mind was thinking, boy, I got to go pay the gas bill. I've got to go pay the electric bill. And I think back 100 years, how many of the people that lived out in the plains and on tents would have loved the opportunity to get to go pay an electric bill or to get to pay a gas bill, because that means that they live in a house that has electricity. They live in a house that's covered. They have hot water when they turn a knob. So instead of, I got to go pay this, what's the advantage? I get to pay this because we're so fortunate to live in the place that we live and have the conveniences that we have today. Same thing with our job. Many of us are fortunate to get to go to work every day. Many times we think, I've got to go to work. There are billions of people that would love to be able to get to do what you and I do every day for work, even though sometimes we look at it as a got to. So think of the language as you go forward today and as you move forward through the weekend, and try to rephrase it. Get your brain to start understanding all of the blessings that we have, that we get to do so many things. And go back to the story of the two women and talking about their mother. Have a great day. Thanks as always.
Sorry, I have one more thing.
One more thing. He's got one more thing.
Okay, so just to quote that story that my dad, because Eric is my dad, what he was talking about with the Indians is if you look on...
say the Indians.
If you look, well, there's some tribes out here, and if you look at my dad's face, he's actually 10% Choctaw. So that's where he got the story from.
Anything else you want to add? You want to stretch more back there?
As long as you live in a get-to attitude, you'll live happy.
Happily ever after. All right, guys. Thanks for taking time to watch The Echo. We'll be coming back at you again on Fantastic Friday. Thanks.
Go.